Hey guys, welcome back. The other day we were talking about the American Cancer Society and what they do, and before that we talked about cycling and what it was. And today we got a big deal for you, because today we're doing a unboxing video.
Whee!
Yay! Everybody loves unboxing videos because they're fun. You know, they're cool. You get to look at stuff. So today we have the stuff we got at Pedal the other day, and then I got a whole bunch of stuff that I got over the last few days from Amazon. And yeah, so let's get into it, shall we? All right, so what to do first? Tell you what, why don't we start the stuff we got from Pedal first, because that's kind of fun. So they gave it to me in this fancy bag. Everybody likes fancy bag. Next, first off, from Pedal, we got a spray bottle of chain degreaser. So basically what chain degreaser does is it literally just degreases your chain. And by degreasing, what I mean is it takes all of that nasty gunk and dirt and grime and sediment and stuff that you get into while you're riding your bike. It literally takes it all off. All of it. Now, is that a good thing? Yes. Is it something you want to leave your chain as? No. So, that's what that does. Let's see, what else? Oh. Way down here at the bottom, there's a Mary Poppins sack. We have rock and roll lube. What lube does is it lubricates your chain after you degrease it and after you clean it off. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to use this, then you're going to wipe your chain off, and you're probably going to run your chain through something like, a little bit of Dawn dish detergent water to kind of counteract this. Then you're going to dry it off again, and then you're going to put that on it to make sure it's all nice and lubed up, ready to go. And then this stuff is going to actually keep it, somewhat clean. Alright, what else do we get? Oh yeah, we got these. Which is a giant box of Muck Off Premium Brush Set. So what we have in here is we have a soft washing brush, a wheel and component brush, a 2-prong brush, a detailing brush, and a claw brush. And all of those are used to wash different parts of the bike. So you have, stuff that's for just the frame, stuff that's for cleaning the actual chain and the chain rings and the, big gear set at the back, which is called a cassette. It's just different brushes for different parts of the bike. So that's what they do. All right, that's all for the pedal bag. Get that out of here. Alright, now, let's see, what else we got? Okay, here's another little set of nice boxes we have here. These are really cool. Alright, so, I actually made a mistake with these two. See, I ordered these, and what these are cycling cleats. And what you do with these is you put them on the bottom of your cycling shoes. And so what cleats do is they help you to clip into your cycling pedals that are on your bike. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to not only push your pedals down, but also pull your pedals up in the most efficient way possible. And so what they look like is, other than just the picture on the front of the box, is they look like this. And the back looks like that. Now, there's 3 different types of pedaling cleats that Shimano puts out. That's the brand that I got. It's a very common brand. There's 3 different types. You have yellow, you have blue, and you have red. Yellow gives you 6 degree of angle. blue gives you 2-degree of angle, and red gives you 0-degree of angle. Why are these degrees of angle important? Well, because yellow, or 6 degrees, is basically your beginner set. After you've been riding for a while, you would swap that set out with the blue set, which is kind of like for intermediate riders, people who've been riding for a while. They're kind of used to how they ride, and they've got a little bit more experience, and they're faster and stronger and all that. And then after that, you would switch to red, which basically gives you max power and downforce of you versus the actual angle helping you out. So it's kind of like going from the machine in the gym to like free weights in the gym. Whereas the machine would, give you assistance in lifting the weight versus the free weight, which is all you. So that's what those are. Now, the mistake I made though is that I ordered a set of pedals for my bike. Now, what I didn't think about, didn't realize, because I've never ordered a set of pedals for my bike, is that when you order a set of pedals for your bike, they send you a set of cleats with those pedals. So I ended up with 2 sets of cleats. So, for what they send you is they send you a set of cleats. They send you all the fancy hardware for those, which is little screws and metal plates. And those metal plates are adjustable. They go in the holes. And your cycling shoes have holes in the bottom of them. We'll get to those here in a minute. But I also have the pedals for the bike. And those pedals spin, and as you put these on your shoes, and that goes in there, and then there's a little edge back here on the back, and it clips in right underneath the back of there. And what that does, like I said, is it helps you pedal more efficiently. Keeps your foot from slipping off the pedals. Like you have a flat pedal sometimes, especially when it's wet outside. It's not that you can't, still happens, but it's just less likely. So that's those. Right here, we have a set of Shimano all-rounder cycling shoes. Now what you're going to see is this shoe is specifically designed for cycling. It has the Velcro strap to actually tighten it around your foot, and here on the bottom you have the heel of the shoe, which is right here, and you have the front of the shoe. And what you're going to see on the bottom here is you see the same shape as what I just showed you with the cleats. And these holes are where you put those screws in to hold the cleat on. Now, there's 2 different types of cleats that you can get for a road bike / gravel bike application. These are road bike cleats, which is why they're this shape. Gravel bike or mountain bike cleats are different, and they only use these 2 holes because they're smaller and a different shape. If I get any, I'll show you those later. So those are cycling shoes. Now, what else we got here? Oh yeah. Okay. We'll get to that stuff here in just a second. What's in here? Oh yeah, okay. So, talking about pedals in this fancy box. In order to change the pedals on my bike to these, I have to take the standard flat pedals off. Well, I was sitting there thinking the other day, I was like, how am I going to take those pedals off if I don't know what size wrench to use? So I got to looking on Amazon, and I was trying to figure this out, and I realized, hey, they might have a tool for that. And guess what? They do. It's called the pedal wrench. This pedal wrench has different size holes for all the different kinds of pedals that you might have. And those holes are a M6, M8, M10, so that's metric. And then you have, let's see, you have 12 millimeter with 10 teeth around it. And then you've got your two 15 millimeters, and then you have one 9/16. So pretty much everything's metric on a bike, other than one singular type, which is the 9/16 of an inch slot, which is basically what we have here in America. Everything else is metric. So that is the bike pedal wrench. Now, we get to the biking apparel. Okay, now, what I have here is basically the minimum standard of biking apparel that most people have. Okay, you have your biking shorts, your jersey or biking shirt, and your biking gloves. So, let's start with gloves. Biking gloves are fingerless, as you can tell. They don't have big long fingers on them. They have rubber grip on the bottom of them, down here. And then they're also very light and stretchy. And they have holes for ventilation. And they have Velcro to strap them to your hand. So if I was to put this glove on, like so, and I strap it down to my hand, that's what it looks like. Now, if I was to take this glove off, it's kind of, difficult to get off because it's so tight to my hand. Now, that's what these two things are for. You unhook the glove, take the finger loops, pulls it right off your hand. Ta-da! It's like magic. Simple. Now, let's get to the jersey. The jersey is basically fancy shirt. Now, the reason they call these jerseys is because biking, or cycling rather, like I said, developed out of fun, right? Well, once the Tour de France happened, cycling kind of took on its own life, I guess you could say. And so now, pretty much everybody who does, cycling, kind of like what I'm trying to get into, it kind of changed from just, cycling for fun, which a lot of people still cycle just for fun. It's still that. There's still that on one side. But on the other side, it's about competition, which is why these are called jerseys, because they're literally designed to help you go faster and be more aerodynamic, because a lot of people that cycle decide to compete at some point. So, what they have is basically a shirt made out of mostly polyester and like rayon and spandex. They have a nice zipper in the front to make it easier to put on and take off. And then at the bottom, they have this elastic seam here, which is going to like squeeze to your body. In the back, they have a zipper right here, which is a big pocket where you should probably stick like your cell phone in here, or you can stick extra stacks in there. That's what mainly these three pouches in the back here are for, is for you to put like protein bars, cycling gels, which are basically just snacks for you to keep up, like things like electrolytes, carbohydrates, stuff like that, while you ride. That way, you don't run out of energy while you're trying to complete whatever competition or just, general riding type event that you've, set out for yourself. So that's what the jersey is. Yeah. And last but not least, we have these cycling shorts. Now, cycling shorts are just like the jersey. They're specifically meant to be more aerodynamic and to help you ride better. We talked a little bit about them last time. They're, like I said, similar to the jersey. These down here are meant to grab your legs to keep it tight to the body. They're also made out of, polyester. Yeah, basically polyester and spandex. They're elastic. They have reflective squares on the back, and they have padding. That padding is so that when you ride for extended periods of time, you don't end up getting chafing and saddle sores, which is not good. Nobody wants that. That's not good. But it also helps with just general comfort and not being just sore in general. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that we've got all together. Also, hang on. I did also pick up a helmet at Pedal. I don't have it down here. Give me 1 second to go grab it. Okay. Alright. Okay. Whew. Alright. So, I also bought this at Pedal the other day. This is a cycling helmet. This is arguably one of the best and most important pieces of anything as far as equipment that you'll buy. And the reason why is because it protects your noggin. So, bicycle helmets over the years have kind of changed and developed over time. And so if you look inside here, what you'll find is a precisely engineered piece of foam that has all these little squares in it. Okay? What those squares are, and also this green padding, okay? The green padding is more for comfort, but the black squares, what those are, is those are called crumple zones, okay? And so what happens is that whenever a cyclist, and of course you got the hard shell on the outside, but whenever a cyclist gets in an accident or a wreck, okay, you have two different types of impact. You have direct, which is, okay, and you have rotational, which is, okay. Those crumple zones are what takes that impact versus your noggin taking that impact. Now, don't laugh because I'm bald and it's terrible. I hate it. But anyway, alright. So here's what you do. You take your helmet, okay, and I've already adjusted mine. But basically what you want to do is you want to adjust the chin strap to where it fits perfectly underneath your chin, okay? These two little things right here are, this one on this side, this one on this side, are what goes underneath your ears, okay? And then they've got this little wheel on the back that clicks back and forth. And what that does is that squeezes the helmet down on top of your head, okay? Now, similar to what a construction worker would have on the back of their hard hat, okay? Nowadays, not, 30 years ago when the hard hat just had a strap in the middle of it. Anyway, so you put the helmet on your head, okay? And what you would do is you would just adjust it, and then you clip it. Pardon me, I got a beard and it takes a second. you clip it underneath to where it's right underneath your chin. Okay, now if you have it adjusted correctly, it shouldn't move hardly at all this way. It's okay if it moves like that, because that's what you want. Because if I hit the ground, I go like this, okay, that's direct impact. It's going to absorb that impact, all right? If I hit rotational impact, the bike helmet's going to absorb that, but it's also going to do this or that, okay? And what that means is my noggin's not hitting the ground the way it's, you know, going like this, right? So that's what that's for, is so that it doesn't crush my brain versus the helmet. And what a lot of people don't realize is most bike helmets that you get from actual bike shops, and you know, not from Walmart, they actually have pretty good warranties on them, to where if you do end up getting into an accident, the company that you get them from, like Laser, will actually help you with replacing your helmet. So, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Yeah. Our next video will more than likely be me actually pulling the bike out and using this stuff to actually clean the bike. So yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.